Good evening. Kathy Mortensen here with Equality Matters, which I'm starting to shift to shared humanity. And tonight I'm ending the line of the prayer, Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven, through this lens of spiral dynamics and this spiral of growth that we go through between being an I and being part of a we. And tonight is going to be a meditation. And I know some of the spiral dynamics, it's theory, so it's not proven. I've been upfront about that. I wanted to remind, though, and share how um, what it what this does for me. Because for many years, as I tried to connect science and religion, this idea of I and we really resonated with me. And through all the theories of integration or forgiveness or developing understanding, all all the theories of consciousness and compassion, this resonated the most with me in regards to our development of both the I inside and how we relate to each other. And if you've listened to my previous videos, you know that I've shared how we're neurologically set up to be a we, that we're set to, we're wired to connect to other people through our mirror neurons, through those are things that I've all shared about as I've shared about this prayer. And so I debated about because this subject gets into nuances that on one side can seem, um, why do we need to know this? For me, it's important because it really provided for me a framework for this invisible growth of both our consciousness, what we're conscious of, and then in our total consciousness, the parts that we're not even aware of. And to me, how it relates to this, what I call meditative prayer, um, and fosters our growth through the meaning of this prayer. So I wanted to share that again about why that's important. And I want you to take a minute to get ready to meditate. You can sit in a chair, um, make sure that you're comfortable. So I want to pause for that as well, that this tonight's little session is a short meditation for you. I know I've been asked, and I appreciate feedback when I get it, to do a countdown. For me, also being a trained hypnotist, I it's really difficult for me to do a countdown and consider that a meditation. I realize a countdown puts you in a trance, and everyone wants that trance. And for me, I am not going to do hypnosis online like this. Um, so for me, when I do a countdown, it it gets into that hypnotic part, and every state has different laws about hypnosis. And I don't want to cross that line. Um, because in some states you need to have special medical license or a master's degree in certain fields to be able to do hypnosis. And so I want to be conscious of that as I do my videos online, that what I offer truly is meditation. Um, I realize some of the states become the same thing between hypnosis and meditation, but what I'm offering is a meditation for you. And this meditation tonight, and I'll begin in just another minute, is focusing on this idea of moving from uh, I to we in this spiral form. And so I know I'm not very good at putting some of these visuals together, but I try my best. So I know the arrow's hard to see online, but there's this spiral shape. And that as we say this prayer over and over through our lifetime and meditate on it, we're spiraling through these stages. That's why they aren't hierarchical. It really is a spiral. And that's my intent with this meditation tonight, that you experience the spiral in a short setting, and wherever you are, that you open the possibility of, as you're strengthening, if you're strengthening life right now to be part of a tribe, that while you're doing that, you're also becoming aware of your next stage, which will be strengthening more of who you are in your I stage. Or that if right now it's about strengthening you and who you are, when I say I am, that means who you are, who I am, that you really strengthen that part of you, get to know yourself better, become more of who you are. And all the while, that you keep in the back of your unconscious mind that this is preparing you to be part of a collective we. To me, it really balances that whole picture. So here we go. I'm going to begin in I'm going to say the word start when I begin. So again, we're spiraling. We're talking about our focus is on desire and motivation. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Begin. At the beginning, will feels like it feels close to survival, trying to survive. This is where we begin. Take a deep breath and let it anchor you here, alive in this moment, and whisper within, Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. In this place, we return to of survival. Desire is simple: food, water, warmth, rest. The I seeks only to endure, to remain in this place. Heaven feels so far away, yet heaven is ever here. The seed of aliveness stirs. It stirs this first breath of possibility. Breathe. As survival steadies, and you feel that in your body, desire expands. The I becomes part of a circle, a tribe, or kinship. offers safety in belonging. Rituals and stories bind us, connecting us, shaping a shared identity. It awakens curiosity. Who are my people? What holds us together? Heaven begins to appear not in the sky, but in the bonds of we, of us. Boundaries follow. Law and order rise. Rules and desires give turn and form to community. Here, motivation grows from obedience, fairness, and honor. The I learns that choice ripples outward, that my actions protect or possibly harm the we. Heaven bends closer to earth through covenant and discipline. Then desire stretches again. The I, hungry for more, achievement, mastery, and success become measures of worth. Competition sharpens ambition. Curiosity asks, what can I do? How far can I go? What is mine to build, to serve? Aliveness pulses here, but it is also risking forgetting the we. Heaven becomes tangled with a desire to prove oneself. And yet, there comes a turning, a glimpse of treasure buried in a field, a pearl of surpassing worth. The eye realizes that not all desires are equal. Direction matters more than accumulation. Desire matures. What is truly worth my life? In this, the I grows strong enough to choose not for itself alone, but for the growth of all. This strength becomes compassion. The we expands beyond tribe, beyond boundaries. Those are still needed, they still exist. but they expand into a shared humanity. Justice and dignity awaken. Curiosity widens. Who is my neighbor? How do we live together with honor? Heaven touches earth in acts of fairness, mercy, and care. You can sense that arriving. You can sense it being created. Finally, desire blossoms into integration. The I and we no longer stand apart. Opposites hold together. Freedom and the restrictions of belonging. Discipline and expanding compassion. Heaven and earth are joined. The will that comes, that once felt imposed from above, is discovered within and aligned with the pulse of the sacred aliveness within you, connected to others. The pearl is no longer outside of us. The treasure is within us. Whisper once more, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Feel how each layer of growth, survival, belonging, order, achievement, justice, wholeness opens us further. Desire, curiosity, and aliveness guide us, not away from ourselves, but deeper into the strength of I that sustains the flourishing of we. Here, heaven and earth meet. Here, the will of love becomes our will, our way, our shared becoming. As you feel more awake and alive, sense your fingers and toes, open your eyes, come back into the room. Thy will be done. Growth from I to we. A transformation. May this meditation have served you this evening in some small way as you spiral through the I and we stages of growth. May this meditation help you see the influence of staying balanced between the growth of I and we. Namaste.